In the vast village of Wemsley, nestled in the heart of the Whispering Woods, there lived two lovebirds, Maria and John. They had been inseparable since childhood. Their love blossomed like a rose in spring, and everyone in the village rejoiced at their union. The villagers had witnessed their love grow stronger with each passing day, and they eagerly awaited their wedding day. Finally, the day arrived, and the village was abuzz with excitement. Maria, with her raven hair and sparkling blue eyes, looked stunning in her white gown, while John, with his chiseled features and warm smile, couldn't take his eyes off his bride. As they exchanged their vows in the quaint village church, a mysterious old woman appeared out of nowhere, her long silver hair cascading down her back like a river of moonlight. With an enigmatic smile, she handed them an exquisitely wrapped gift. "A token of your love," she whispered, her voice like a gentle breeze. "May it bring you joy, prosperity, and a love that lasts an eternity." The villagers were both fascinated and intimidated by the stranger, but Maria and John were too caught up in their happiness to notice. The gift was a beautiful, antique vase with intricate carvings and a delicate fragrance that filled the air. Maria and John were enchanted by its beauty and placed it proudly in their new home, a cozy cottage on the outskirts of the village. At first, everything seemed perfect. The vase seemed to radiate a warm, golden light that filled their home with happiness. But soon, strange things began to happen. The vase seemed to move on its own, and the carvings on its surface appeared to change, revealing sinister messages. Maria started experiencing terrifying visions, and John became increasingly paranoid, suspecting his wife of hiding secrets from him. Maria and John started arguing over trivial things, a forgotten chore, a misplaced book, a careless comment. The argument escalated, and their love began to fray like a threadbare cloth. As time passed, the arguments grew more frequent and intense. The vase seemed to be emitting a strange energy that fueled their anger and resentment. They would find themselves standing in front of it, their hearts racing, their words dripping with venom. They tried to ignore it, to leave it alone, but it seemed to be drawing them in, like moths to a flame. One day, they realized that the vase was the source of their troubles. They tried to get rid of it, to shatter it into 1,000 pieces, but it kept reappearing in their home, as if by magic. Maria and John were heartbroken. They had never believed in curses or witches, but the evidence was too strong to ignore. They tried everything to break the curse, rituals, prayers, even seeking the help of a local sorcerer, but nothing seemed to work. As the months went by, their love continued to deteriorate. The vase seemed to be feeding on their anger and resentment, growing stronger with each passing day. One night, they discovered a cryptic note hidden in the vase: "Your love will be tested. Will you survive the trial?" The message was written in a language they couldn't understand, but the words seemed to sear themselves into their minds. Maria and John were torn between their love for each other and the darkness that seemed to be consuming them. They started to investigate the history of the vase, but every lead seemed to end in a dead end. The villagers were tight-lipped, as if they were hiding a dark secret. One night, Maria disappeared without a trace. John searched the village frantically, but she was nowhere to be found. He received a mysterious message and his heart sank. Had the curse finally taken its toll? John's search for Maria was futile. He scoured the village, questioned the villagers, and even searched the nearby woods, but there was no trace of her. It was as if she had vanished into thin air. As the days passed, John became increasingly desperate. He started to experience strange visions, similar to Maria's, and he knew that the curse was closing in on them. He became convinced that the vase was the key to finding Maria and breaking the curse. One night, he received a mysterious message that read, "Follow the vase's carvings to find Maria." John examined the vase closely and noticed that the carvings seemed to be pointing to a hidden door in their cottage. He opened the door and found a secret passageway that led deep into the woods. The passageway was treacherous, but John pressed on, driven by his love for Maria. Finally, he came to a clearing and found Maria standing in front of an ancient-looking door. She was pale and gaunt, but her eyes still held a glimmer of hope. John approached Maria, and they embraced, tears of joy streaming down their faces. They realized that their love was the key to breaking the curse. Together, they opened the ancient door and found themselves in a beautiful garden filled with roses and sunlight. The vase was nowhere to be seen, but its absence was palpable. They knew that they had overcome the curse and emerged stronger on the other side. As they walked hand in hand through the garden, they understood that their love was not perfect, but it was genuine. They had faced their flaws and weaknesses, and their relationship was all the better for it. Maria and John returned to their cottage, where they found a note from the mysterious old woman. It read, "Your love has passed the test. May it continue to flourish, and may you always remember that true love conquers all." The villagers, who had been watching from afar, rejoiced at the couple's reunion. The couple lived happily ever after, their love growing stronger with each passing day. They never forgot the lessons they learned during their trial, that love requires effort, forgiveness, and understanding.